to do this presentation. Someone else was supposed to do it, but because of some reasons, she is not here. So this is a we have so many projects, but the one that I felt is closest to the call of today's situation is this project, because this is completely youth led and it's called KalpTaruh. If you see, the name is written in a special manner. The word, it's a combination of three words: Kalp, Taru, and Ruh. Kalp means imagination, thought, Sankalp, Vikalp. So Kalp means one unit of your energy, which is thought. Taru is tree in Hindi, and Ruh means spirit, the energy. So can we create a powerful thought that empowers a tree, but also someone who is taking care of that tree? That's the project called KalpTaruh. We started planning for this maybe few months back, and it was a team of 3 young people. All, not all. I'm not in the IT, but Jinesh and someone else is in IT, and we started planning on it. Because what is different in plantation? There are many organizations who do plantation each year. मास में होता है प्लांटेशन, मतलब लाखों में पौधे लगाए जाते हैं, and the next year they go to the same place, to the same pit, and plant a new plant. This is the fact I'm telling you. It's a ground reality. What happens is there's nobody who's taking care of those plants. And in Indian culture, if you know, भारत की संस्कृति को एक और नाम से जाना जाता है, अरण्य संस्कृति. In the Indian civilization used to be a forest civilization. Each and everything of ours was connected with forest. Our festivals were connected to seasons. If you see our all festivals, they are with the season cycle. So we always walked and talked and lived with nature. The moment we started cutting down forests without replacing the new ones or taking care of them, we know for human habitat management you need to have certain kind of spacing, and for that you are cutting down trees. But how many more are you planting? मैंने लिया, but how much I have given back was never calculated. So what we did was, in this project we brought these three aspects together: spirituality, environment, and technology together. Because working in silos would not help, so bringing them all together is the crux. So what we do is, environment wala part क्या है? We are encouraging people to plant native varieties of plant which are native to this region, to India and to different regions of India. मतलब आप राजस्थान में बैठो और बोलो मैं हिमाचली एप्पल उगा करके ही दिखाऊंगा. This shows that how naive we are in our thinking. So what are the needs of people when they go into plantation? To know what variety of plant is suitable for their region, to know what is the specific water need of that particular plant variety that you are taking up. And honestly speaking, before this project started, none of us could know that. So what we did, we partnered with some of the educational knowledge partners like GB Pant, Pusa, and many of our own members who are into agriculture, agri sciences, and we came up with certain number of trees which are to be planted, which needs to be taken more care. For example, star fruit. कितने लोगों ने खाया है star fruit? Right? But it is a native variety, it's an Indian variety, but it's going off very soon. Then there is a plant called allspices. How many of you know? It's called chini kebab, allspices. This plant bears a fruit which has the taste of clove, darchini, cinnamon, and also something else I forgot. So imagine we had such beautiful things, but we are losing them because we don't have an awareness about it. So what we did in the environment segment, we started collecting information. In the technology part, we created an app. The name of the app is also KalpTaruh. So what we do is, when somebody plants a sapling, we request them to register the sapling in the app. Two things happen once you register it. One is, for the next 3 months, you receive every day one tip on how to take care of the plant. Now, taking care of the plant doesn't mean just giving water and composting and bioenzyme. ये सब तो information हम देते हैं. Like in this picture, you see pit development कैसे करना है. What is mulching? So we teach all these things. But take an example. There's a little kid. You're giving that kid every day food, water, and clothes. Will that kid become a good person? You need to connect with that kid. So in these everyday tips, we also tell them how to talk to your plants, how to simply observe your plant growing. And so for next 75 days, you have to click pictures on a regular basis of 15 to 20 days and post. So the community who is involved in the app could see that, अच्छा मेरा वाला आम का पेड़ इतना ही हुआ है, इसका वाला इतना हो गया. So there's a healthy competition. The second tip that we provide is for a personal journey, the Ruh wala segment, where there are 5 values that comes from trees. Peace, पेड़ की छाँव में शांति मिलती है. Then there's love, tolerance. The best example of tolerance is trees. आप पत्थर मारते हो, it gives you back fruits. Then humility and compassion. So these are the 5 values to nurture that in every individual who is little bit in the journey of environment. So we have this 3 combinations. So every day the user gets 2 tips. One is to take care of the plant, and the second is to take care of themselves. And with this, what we are trying to do is create that resilience within the people. Tolerance बढ़ेगा, so their action would be far more different than what. अगर मेरे में tolerance नहीं, I might blast on you. But if I have tolerance, I would think of a different way to respond rather than to react. So these are certain basic aspects that we have combined in this app. It's very simple. If you know how to use WhatsApp, you will be able to use this. Right now we have this app in 6 languages, but we are growing it. So it's simple. Just if your GPS is on, you just have to be there. Click the plant that you are laga rahe. For example, you are putting neem. Neem ko click karna and it gets registered. And that's how it is being done. So what we will see now is the map. So we have recommendations from so many of the government officials and dignitaries who is very supportive of this initiative, because it's a grassroots movement, it's a people's movement. And so until now, from 5th June we started, and until now we have been able to plant more than 16 lakh trees by 16 lakh people. Because the basic mantra of this initiative is one person, one plant for one planet. एक व्यक्ति, एक वृक्ष, एक विश्व के लिए. So you can plant 1 lakh trees, but if 1 lakh people plant one tree, in which one do you think is the stakeholdership more? Second one. So we say you'll plant your 1,000 trees later, but first plant one and try to take care of it for 30 days and see how much toll it takes for it to grow. And so anybody is welcome to join the movement. You can do it in your circles. For example, the Andhra Pradesh government has made it compulsory for all their universities to do this project together. Because it's not just plantation, it's also connecting with the spirit of plantation. Why are you planting? In Indian culture, we used to always say, Prakriti Rakshito Rakshanam. Means the one who protects nature, nature always protects that person back. It's always there. Your good energy is going to come back to you. So we have, the project is also running in more than 30 countries now. So this is something in India, but I think that map, Google map thing would be nice, because that will give you a very good idea. So we'll zoom in. The good part is that if you go and see each location, because it's a geotagging is also happening. So if you go to each location, you will find these plantation has happened exactly in those areas. In the green map, you will see where there is no green. So what happens is, if you see these the trees, they are all these spots which are white are basically where we live, and we don't let nature grow there. So all these plantations have happened in those places, because we are doing it through various channels, through our centers. We have around 5,000 centers in India, and every city has a center. So the local teachers, like the sisters that you saw, they are motivating the people around to go and plant trees in places where there is no plantation, and for them to go back and visit, because there's an activity going on in the app. So if you see, there has been plantation in all across the country. Prashant here, who was sharing his experience yesterday with community development, was part of this. So in Kutch also we were doing this plantation, and the beauty of that is young, old, everybody coming together to do it. But while doing it, knowing that I'm not planting a tree, I'm adopting a family member. So there's a difference between these two approaches. हमने पेड़ लगाया, and one is हमने एक पौधा लगाया है और हम उसका ख्याल रख रहे हैं. So this is a little project that we started, and the team is fairly all young people like Puneet, Jinesh, myself, few others, and we try to take care of the technology and all the administrative part of it, but it is 100% in the hands of people. Now, why we these are some pictures: schools, colleges, universities, and we even went to the central jails because the inmates of the jail, they don't have any scope or avenue to do anything good to the society back, because while they are running on their punishment, so we said ye ek aisa punne ka kaam hai jo aap kar sakte ho, because central jail has lot of space, they can plant a tree and take care of that. uh, Various pictures, there are people who are 102 years old who have done a plantation, and 2-year old also. So everybody, how many of you are breathing here? So if you are breathing, you must plant. You must plant. एक average human being को almost 22 plants चाहिए होता है to have a 60 years of age in India. हम 22 नहीं बोल रहे हैं, 2 भी नहीं बोल रहे हैं, कितना बोल रहे हैं? Just 1. And with same principle, what we have done is, see that person at the right corner is 102 years old. And he's planting a tree not for himself, he's planting it for. आपने कितने पौधे लगाए थे जो आज आप सांस ले रहे हो उसमें से? नहीं, हम में से बहुत कम ने पौधे लगाए होंगे जिससे हम सांस ले रहे हैं, किसी और ने हमारे लिए लगाया था. So if we don't plant it now for the future generation, this is climate action. This is compassionate action. Compassion sees boundaries of time. It sees boundaries of regions and peoples and all differences. So a tree is the best example of compassion. उसके नीचे कोई भी जाके बैठे, पढ़ा लिखा अनपढ़, specially abled, disabled, everybody is taking the same benefit from a tree. Can we become like that? So we did a festival in which we had several competitions, but we told the people, if you want to send your entry, you have to plant a tree. Only then you can send your entry. So the aim was not doing a competition, the aim was to involve them in plantation. And last thing is, you are all part of this, because today during the field visit, what we'll be doing is a plantation, because we all have traveled, we all have a carbon footprint which we created while coming here. So a plantation is something that we'll do. Nadyad mein kya kya dekha bhul jayenge, but you'll always remember you planted a sapling in Nadyad all your life. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt because I'm the timekeeper, so मुझे थोड़ा I have to be a little